Okay, hi, happy Friday. I hope everyone is having a good Friday so far. We are live. All right, so today's topic for Friday is organic reach update for social media. If you are unfamiliar, I am Kara Alexander. I am the content creator and graphic designer for Create Captivate Digital Marketing. Now, let's talk about this. So, I wonder how many of you have noticed that your reach or engagement has actually gone down in the last either couple of days or couple of weeks. Let's talk about why. So, Facebook actually made this announcement a couple of years ago that they were going to roll this out, but they never put a date on it. Well, it seems that 2 years later, here we are. They have changed the definition of what engagement and reach truly means for their social media platforms. That includes Facebook and Instagram. So, the reach is lower because it's now measured differently because the definition is different. So before, it was all about if it was in someone's feed, then it counted and you were able to have your engagement and your reach go up. Now, when you have everyone scrolling, they physically have to stop and look at your post, or they have to click on someone's stories and go to your post, or they have to go to your page to see your post. So you aren't getting as much engagement or reach as you would have before. So Facebook has officially updated its organic reach so that it's measured similarly to paid reach, which is why it has to be that you're visibly stopping on it versus if it's just happened to be in the feed. So the new definition of reach counts organic reach when an unpaid post enters a person's screen. Okay. Well, then how are you going to get that nice scroll stopping content? Let's talk a little bit about content that gets you to stop. So we have a couple of examples that, really get people to stop and scroll through, but stop specifically on your post. That is, the first one would be bright, decluttered photos, a bonus if there's human interaction at all. Sometimes stylized shoots, having a good mix in content. If you have a few followers that have been following you for years, if they constantly are seeing the same thing, they're less likely to stop and look at the post because they're thinking, oh, it's the same as always. I know what it is. It's going to be the same thing. So try to mix up your content as much as can. Of course, bright pictures and bright videos always do really best. We actually have a video on tips and tools to use to keep those nice and bright. Natural light, as always, is the best. But you can use tools like ring lights, taking the shade off of your lampshade, or getting nice equipment. The second tip would be asking general questions in your captions to really encourage people to have genuine interaction. So if you look at our Instagram, for an example, sometimes we'll ask things like, what are your opinions? Or have you done this? Have you not done this? If you're a retail client, it could be, have you tried our project? Do you have trouble with itchy skin? Are you looking for natural products? If so, what kind of products? Kind of similar to how we've discussed in stories before of doing those polls, asking those questions, trying to get people to really engage within your comments to help your engagement and your reach go up. And then the third one, of course, we don't want to harp on this, but is video content. People love to stop scrolling to watch video content, even if it's for 3 seconds. You really want to try and make those first 3 seconds the most valuable to hook your viewer into the video. So I would suggest definitely looking into video content. They don't have to be super long. Sometimes stop motion is really great. GIFs are really great. 15 seconds to 30 seconds is really what I recommend on social media apps these days. Sometimes you can throw in a nice 1 to 3 minute type of thing, but if it's an actual post, I highly recommend 15 to 30 because you are going to truly get that good engagement and someone's going to stick around and watch the full thing versus if it were a minute. So remember, we don't recommend value based on vanity metrics anyways, and it seems like Facebook is kind of pushing us in that direction, kind of making it, as much as it's not as fun to not have as great of reach or engagement, it definitely holds true because now you're seeing how many people are actually stopping, and looking at your post, looking at what they're viewing, and you can see how many people are truly engaged in your content. So Facebook is definitely like the rest of us, all pushing for authenticity, being true to who you are and being truthful. So it seems that that's just kind of the route that they're going through, and they're really trying to get you to push for that video content that makes people stop and scroll stop, as well as getting you over to your profile and getting you those really true, authentic followers. So if you have noticed that your reach or engagement has dropped, please let us know in the comments, because I'm very curious to see. I've only seen it in a few different places. I haven't seen it in all places, so I'm not sure if they've rolled it out for the masses. I'm assuming so, but it might be individually picked right now. So if you're having issues with engagement, always ask us any of your questions that you have, but always take it back and peek at your backend page and see, what is my engagement on these last few posts? So that is your news for today. Facebook has done it again. They've changed things up and they're changing the algorithm. I'm Kara Alexander, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend.